Yes. Yes to you.
You're entering a safe zone where all bad attitudes, negativity, and put-downs are checked at the door.
If you're my sister.
Here, everyone is a sister keeper.
A sister keeper is you, a sister keeper is me, a sister keeper is we.
I'm a product of a teen mom, and my mom always taught me to be a cycle breaker.
We'll be wise, we'll be watchful.
To help other teens break the cycle of teen pregnancy, drug abuse, and even lend a hand to those living in abusive and broken homes, this therapist and poet, Tracy Berry McGee, started Sister Keeper.
I thought it would be great for me to start an organization that focused on self-awareness.
This organization started just 7 years ago in the basement of Tracy's home, and now 6 years later, it's an international program teaching young girls around the world self-esteem and self-respect through the arts.
Then the girls write out their feelings and their emotions. Some of them, they do spoken word, where then they go up and they stand and they start writing and speaking it out.
I've had just about everything happen to me. And the thing is, when I come to Sister Keepers, I can talk about it.
A lot of times we don't have the role models that we need to have.
With the explosion of pop culture and images like these popping up in magazines and in television, it can make it hard for any young girl to find her place. But with Tracy's unique therapy session, the girls are finding women they can look up to.
They're constantly seeing women from the neighborhood. And they're saying, I can be like she, because she's right here in my face saying, I was where you were, and now look where I am today.
With consistency and caring words, this role model is making a breakthrough.
Knowing that I am asleep and yet awoken.
Steering young women from destructive paths and leading them to a very bright future.
I love my job. I'm not responsible for anything that comes out of my mouth or any other orifice of my body.
So much so that he's willing to get tased for it. Police Chief Danny Baker has done it before.
If you get hurt, I'm going to kill you.
Twice.
If I get killed, you're never going to speak to me again, are you?
And he would do anything for Knightstown.
I grew up in this town. Mr. South, this is my hometown. My dad died when I was 9 years old. He was a businessman here in town. After he died, I didn't have one parent, I had 2,000. Okay? This is my way of repaying the town.
So Chief Baker worked out a deal with a friend in town that he'd get tased if together they could raise $5,000.
There's a check for $50. I got another envelope here with another $50 in it.
They need the money for police cruisers. This is the only squad car they have that runs. The others have nearly 200,000 miles on them. But the money is now flowing in, including a $25,000 gift confirmed today. Things are looking up now for Knightstown PD. This is what they plan to buy as their next vehicle.
You ready for this, guys? You ready for this?
Don't do that.
As ready as I'm gonna get.
Hi, buddy. How you doing?
The jovial 63-year-old chief went through with it. It's why they came tonight.
Taser, taser. I got cramp in my leg.
And the crowd loved it. It's obvious they loved their chief. People contributing what they could as they passed the donation buckets.
I give thanks to all the donations. I mean, we really appreciate it. And I think that's just an example of how small town communities, people stick together.
And on the eve of Thanksgiving, what better way to end this story than for one of the town officials giving thanks. Yep, for only $5.99, you can get the special at the Super China Buffet. So who goes to the China Buffet for Christmas dinner anyway? We wanted to find out. And what we found inside? Two gems, Norm Brenner and Pat Watson.
We're just good friends.
This is their Christmas story for 2013.
I was going to pick some chicken today, and she said she wanted to come to this Chinese place. I said, oh, Lord, no.
The joy of Christmas comes in many forms, and today, for these two senior friends, it was sharing memories, both pleasant and painful.
You'd have to picture this. We had a large 4-bedroom house. Okay, it was in a poor neighborhood, but it was, you know, an older house. We would come downstairs 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. I'd wake up my brothers, and that whole half of the living room was nothing but toys.
Toys.
Nothing but toys. Anyway, I'm a widower. My wife died in that propane gas explosion at the State Fairground Coliseum building. And I have 2 boys. They're now raised and married and so on. They were 2 and 4 when she died. And with the help of a lot of nannies, housekeepers, babysitters, and so on, we managed to survive.
A former Marine and car and truck salesman, Pat likes to recall that family Christmas trip to Sarasota, Florida years ago.
One day I collected 300 sand dollars. We had Christmas down there and we decorated the tree with sand dollars with the little hooks like, for an ornament, and a starfish on the top.
With 17 grandkids, 22 great-grandchildren, and 1 great-great-grandchild, Pat also shared a little tidbit about her past where she worked, as a bunny in a certain club up north.
Do you have good memories from that?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I bet you met some interesting people.
I met my youngest daughter's father.
It's a Christmas dinner without presents under the tree, no in-laws from out of town or cousins arguing, just 2 old friends enjoying each other's company at a China buffet.
All right, Norm, you did like it. How many trips did he make through that buffet line? 2?
Twice. Yeah, but
Twice?
I bought
Is he telling the truth? It's Christmas. You can't lie now.
I bought the desserts back, so it was 3.
For the record, they liked the meatballs best. Drew Smith, RTV6.
Joy to the world. I like all their songs. All the boys and girls.
They're just regular guys.
Joy to the fishes in the joy train.
And joy to you and me.
Joy to you and me.
They're comedians, they're entertainers.
It's showtime, a packed house, all to see.
Straight No Chaser!
In case you missed it, that's Straight No Chaser.
To wonder how I knew.
And no, the a cappella group hasn't always been this popular. As the saying goes, it took years for these guys from Indiana University to become an overnight success.
There were 10 of us then, and we just kind of got together and started singing for sororities and other philanthropic. Yes, basically to meet women and to get free food at sorority houses.
We caught up with them before a concert on their national tour. 10 friends who performed together at IU more than a decade ago. After graduation, they went their separate ways, becoming bankers, teachers.
I was in Los Angeles. I was working as a musician. I'm working more now.
Then in 2006, they reunited briefly on campus for a 10-year reunion.
I found these old video clips that none of us had even seen ourselves. They were so old, they were on Betamax.
And what Randy did next literally made history, their history. He put the clip on YouTube.
On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love came to me.
A quirky rendition of the 12 Days of Christmas, not even one of their favorites, but still, there was something about that song.
Randy was sending out emails like every week saying, hey, the 12 Days of Christmas video has gone up to 500,000 hits. Now it's at 1 million. And it was like going exponentially, and I'm just like, okay, I get it. It's a big video.
Just how big, even they didn't know. It wasn't long before the president of Atlantic Records saw the clip, and he liked it.
You guys want to sign a record contract?
In fact, he offered them a 5-album deal.
I got the call. I was sitting at my desk, and it was very difficult to maintain my composure.
Within months, Straight No Chaser had a top-selling album.
We look out into our audience and we meet people afterwards, and we've got 3 generations of people out there all loving the same songs.
So we're just 10 guys up on stage having a great time, and I think that's what really connects with people.
Life on the road isn't easy. Their concert tour takes them through 75 cities. Last year, they crammed into 1 bus. This year, they have 2.
You do have some comforts of home, and plus you're with your good buddies, and it makes for some good stories after shows, just everybody kicking back, having a good time.
It's like a big clubhouse on wheels.
Sort of, yeah, with flat screen TVs.
Traveling from town to town, they look forward to the show that brings them back to Indiana, back to where it all started, back home. Though they weren't expecting it, when I asked, they agreed to sing a bit of a song especially close to the hearts of their Hoosier fans. For Straight No Chaser, performing for their hometown is indeed quite a Christmas present. Chris Pisano, 6 News.